So here's a graph that I made up. I see the answer. I'm going to try to work through this using that general form that they talk about in the textbook. So I know they're telling me that all of these log expressions or log equations can be written this way. So x minus b plus some vertical shift. Alright, so I'm seeing this point goes through, or this equation goes through 2, negative 2, and it's looking like it goes through 4 and negative 3. I see the vertical asymptote is at, what is that, x equals 1? Right. So, I know I'm going to write a log of x minus 1 plus some number k equals y. And then let's pick one of these points. I'm going to choose negative 2, 2, or 2, negative 2. So negative 2 is y equals a times the log of, let's see, 2 minus, right here, 2, if x is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, plus some number k. I know the log of 1 is 0, so a is 0. That a times 0 is 0, so k is negative 2, it looks like. And that checks there. Okay, so that gives me the equation y equals some number a, which I haven't figured out yet, of log of x minus 1 minus 2. And then I'm going to choose this point 4, negative 3. A times the log of, let's see, 4 minus 1 is 3, minus 2. So then to solve this equation, I'm going to add 2 to both sides. That gives me negative 1. And then I'm going to divide by the log of 3, which is what I did. Alright, so that's how you deal with this. So I guess the rule of thumb is, we'll always start with this for a transformed log function, unless it's been reflected around, because it's been reflected around the y-axis like this. Then we probably want to think about it being negative inside here, right? But that's what we'll come to. I'll try one next and see if we can't deal with that. Alright, so I'm going to start with this general formula. I'm going to try to do it without putting the negative in front of it. I want to try to piece this out because I won't remember that. What I'm seeing is just so you know, I'm going to talk myself through this. I'm seeing the vertical asymptote is at, let's see, what's this line, where every line is worth 1. So I'm seeing a vertical asymptote at x equals 1. And the other reason I know it's, so I'm going to write a equals log of x minus 1 plus k. Now the other thing I'm leery about is, normally a log graph looks like this, right? It goes through 1, 0, like this. And what I'm seeing here, it's been flipped. It's been flipped this way. Oops, let me get a red ink. It's been flipped this way, and it's been reflected around that intercept. Okay, so that tells me, without looking at my answer, that I know it's got 2 reflections going on, one around the x-axis and one around the vertical line y equal, well, it's a y-axis, but around that line x equals 1. So that tells me what I want to do, because it's got that reflection around the y, and I like to write those, or we like to write those, so that the reflection is outside, like that. And if you think about that, if I distribute that negative through, I will get, if you look at my answer, I'll get that negative x plus 1, right, if I distribute that negative through. So that's okay. So that tells me I'm headed in the right direction. I know it's kind of cheating to have the answers there, but I guess I'm not going to erase all that. Okay, so then plus k. So then what points does it go through? I see it goes through 0, -3. So let's use that. Let's see what's happening with that. So I can say that -3 equals a times the log of negative. Oh, isn't this interesting? Negative. Actually, that's negative, isn't it? This should be negative, not positive. Okay, so that would make that positive. That way that'll work. Plus k. So there, and then I'm getting the a log of 1, positive 1, plus k. Well, log of 1 is 0. So that would tell me k equals -3, -3. Check. So I've got that figured out. And now, let's see. So now I've got to find about a. Now I need another point, and on the original graph, I'm seeing it's going through -4 and -4. So it is going through this point, -4 and -4. So if I substitute those values in, let's see, I need some room. So I substituted in everything that I knew, and if I solve this for a, let's see, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. That gives me -1. And this is a log of 5, I think, right? Isn't that, let's see, that's -4, change the sign, you get 5. And so I'd get -1 over log 5 for a. Is that what I had for an answer, for an equation? Yep. Okay, so that's how we can tackle it. This is one way to tackle it. Just use that general form. You can also use the other one. The other one they show is if it's been reflected, you know you're going to have a negative inside. Plus k. So it's your choice to call that. So I guess that would be the general rule to follow. I guess I've been lucky. I've never had to worry about the k. So learn something new.